And good evening and welcome to the Group Chat Podcast. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. We are so super excited to be here live, rocking and rolling. I am Casey Gisclair. We have Damien St. Pierre. We have Nick Hebert. We're going to have a whole bunch of cast of characters that'll be joining us throughout the course of this show. One thing we wanted to do with our Group Chat Podcast is obviously we want to entertain people. We want to give people a good time, but we also want to shout out the people in our community who are working year round to try to make our, community better, make it a better place to live. And we want to make sure that we shine light on those people and give them a platform to promote the things that they're doing. I know when we came up with this idea, Damien, we wanted to make sure that, there's people raising money and having fundraisers and having events. And we wanted to make sure that we were an outlet for them to give them an opportunity to promote the things that they're doing. And that's something that's near to all of us. We all volunteered. We all continue to volunteer. We want to make sure the community knows we got their back, and we're going to be a home for all of those people that are working year-round to try to make this place a better place to live.
Absolutely. We live in a community that is second to none, and that's why folks don't always leave this community, and when they do, a lot of folks come back. You see that in a lot of times of tragedy where folks really have each other's backs, but outside of that, we do a tremendous job of supporting one another here through multiple charitable organizations, and we're glad to be able to spotlight some of those folks.
Look, the first thing that we want to mention before we get to the first organization that we're going to shout out is if you guys got something going on, let us know. Please shoot us a message on social media. I'm Casey Gisclair. He's Damien St. Pierre. He's Nick Hebert. Find us on Bayou Sports. Find us at One More Round. Any way that you could get through to us, please do so. But with all of that having been said, we want to welcome Mr. Brad Wells to the show. South Lafourche Quarterback Club is going to be hosting their Bourbon Raffle. They're going to have a drawing on May the 1st. Brad, how are we doing today, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
100%, bro. You guys are doing the Bourbon Raffle. That I understand the drawing is going to be in about 2.5 weeks or so. What you got going on? What you guys are trying to raise some money for, man?
Yeah, we're trying to raise some money to get some of these big guys, the guys that always get forgotten. Trying to get them to the premier football camp, in the lineman camp in pretty much the country. It's one of the only ones like that in the country, and it's right here in our backyard at Nicholls State.
That is the Louisiana Lineman Camp?
Yes, sir.
Look, man, I could tell you, that is an awesome camp. Pete Jenkins works that. My buddy Coach Rod works that. That is a big plus. And one thing that I could say, a lot of the times Coach Rod will tell me the schools that send the most kids are your schools that are in the dome. So it does make a difference.
Yes, it does. And I love when you have Coach Rod on the radio show. I always listen. And, I was thinking about this a while back. I was telling my wife, wouldn't it be great if we can send as many kids as possible? So, we tried to come up with an idea to raise some money.
So that's where I'm going to come in at, the more important stuff. So what bourbons are going to be available in this raffle?
Yes. So one day I was sitting down and I was looking at my shelf and I'm like, okay, what do I want to part with? But so I came up. I was like, okay, let me grab a Blanton's, Eagle Rare. I think I grabbed the Buffalo Trace and a Weller Special Reserve, which is all pretty much made at the same distillery. So I like to call it, a bourbon, a Buffalo Trace flight.
So for the non-bourbon enthusiasts, that is 4 of the hardest. Well, 3 of those are going to be the hardest to find. You got a lot of folks that do bourbon hunting, and that's pretty much what they're looking for. The MSRP is not too crazy, but when you go to that secondary market, it is insane to get those.
So, all right, so what do we got to do? And let me ask you this. Okay, so how do you get a ticket first and foremost? And is it there's going to be a bunch of different winners, or is it like one winner takes all? How does it work?
So it's going to be a one winner takes all. I thought about doing, one bottle, but I said, let's just do one take all.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and on Facebook, I know Damien shared it today. We have a website that we found, Zeffy, where, it pretty much sells the ticket for us. There's actually no fees, so that's pretty good. We get all the money, and that website just runs off of tips. So if y'all can tip just a little bit, not too much, it would help keep that website free.
Real good. And the cost for a raffle ticket?
It's $10 for one ticket.
Sweet, man.
So, Brad, how many folks are we trying to get to that camp? What's the goal?
The goal was 10, at least 10 kids. I haven't really talked to Coach Young yet, about getting a list, but everything we raise is going to go towards sending kids. So, I mean, I would love to be able to send them, without having any other expenses. But some of the parents, they're going to have to step up and help out because it doesn't look like we're going to reach that goal.
So what's the cost per kid?
You're looking at about $475 per kid.
Yeah, for sure, man. And look, I know that, this is one thing that you guys do, but you guys work throughout the year. Tell us about the quarterback club and what are some things you guys do throughout the year to benefit the South Lafourche football program?
Yeah, a couple of things we do. Coach Young would call us and, get little needs here and there. We do take care of some subscriptions that they have, i.e., Huddle or Sky Coach, which it's pretty expensive. And really, we don't really fundraise a whole lot. We mainly rely on our membership and what it costs to become a member of the quarterback club, which, there's 3 tiers. There's $25, $50, or $100. And we also take donations. And I think the other real way we bring in the funds is when you'll hear Isaac calling for that half and half raffle during the games. That's pretty much the only ways we raise money.
And those amounts, 25, that's monthly, weekly? What we looking at?
It's a one-time.
A one-time donation. Okay, sweet. Okay, good deal. And again, if someone wants to take part in the raffle, when do they have to buy their tickets by?
By May 1st. And I think it looks like I went online today, and it looks like the drawing is going to actually be May 1st or May 2nd.
Okay, sweet, man.
So, Brad, tell us a little bit about you mentioned the quarterback club. Tell us, how do you get in there? What do they normally do? I know you guys have meetings and whatnot.
Yeah. So during the season, we have a meeting maybe once every 3 weeks. I think it's on the Monday or Tuesday after every home game. We like to have meals, and if you're a member, you get to eat for free. And if not, we encourage everyone to come. We charge $10 for the meal. And in fact, this past year we've had Mimos, shout out Mimos. They provided almost all of our meals.
Some good folks over there.
Yes. Shout out. Hey, Nanny, hope you're listening.
Hey, some good food too, man.
No, that's awesome, man. And look, we got some big boys coming back on that line, your son included. Be awesome to get them that work with all those, great guys. And you get exposure there, too. You get to meet coaches, and, It's a great opportunity to rub elbows with some people that can maybe get you places. Yeah,
I mean, Sawyer's going 3 years in a row. This would be his 4th year. I want to say last year we had 5 or 6 kids total attend, 4 out of the 5 starting linemen on offense, and I believe 1 defensive player went. But, we'd like to boost them numbers up.
Sweet. Got anything else, D?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds like a winner. That is the South Lafourche Quarterback Club Bourbon Raffle. Brad, one more time, how do they get tickets? Where they got to go?
It's all over Facebook. You can go and find the link, click it on it'll bring you straight to where you buy it. And I think Damien shared it today. South Lafourche Quarterback Club posted it. I shared it on my page.
We'll make sure to drop the link below
100%.
in our description, so check that out.
100%. Thank you, Brad.
All right, thank you all.
100%. That is Mr. Brad Wells with the South Lafourche Quarterback Club. Damien, you're the bourbon guy. That sounds like they're raffling off something worth having, my man.
Look, man, even if you're not a bourbon enthusiast, if you just want to go and you happen to win that and then sell it on the secondary market, give Brad half that money back, and he can send all them kids to the camp.
For sure, man. And look, I could speak to it from the Louisiana Lineman Camp perspective. There's former NFL coaches, college coaches, they got people there that are going to get you better. You're going to bust tail, but you're going to leave that camp a better player than you arrived at. And Coach Rod tells us every year, during Dome Week, he'll come on the radio and he will list the teams playing, and then it will say how many of players were from that school went to the lineman camp. It was, Catholic of Baton Rouge, 12 campers, whatever it may be. And it's always big numbers. So sending those kids over there, you get them better. You can't win if you're not good up front. So, yeah, help our Tarpon boys going out there to the Louisiana Lineman Camp for sure.